I would like to lovingly and respectfully acknowledge that we are on the unceded territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people, otherwise known as the Songhees, Wasanich, and Esquimalt nations, on whose land we work, live, and play. I know that seeing the face of a nun is a bit of a paradox when giving such an important address, that the sisters and nuns of our past, of Canada's past, have played such a terrible role in residential schools and the erasure of many traditions and culture. But we, the Sisters of Victoria, stand with the Indigenous communities to help take back the face of the nun and make it more about joy and support, and that we would stand in support and solidarity and help support the community that oppress it. But now we get that history out of the way. We are here with the intention to help celebrate the community in a different way and bring attention to those queer artists that you know and love. And so we'd like to welcome you to the show and enjoy.
Hello, my name is Noel Kosman. I go by the pronouns he, him, his. I'm currently 21 and I'm African American and queer. I do some work in Victoria with the BIPOC coalition called Capital Black. So I kind of want to speak today on my experience as being African American and queer. So being African American, being a BIPOC individual, I feel like you can show up to as many protests as you want. You can share your experiences of being a BIPOC individual. You can really show up and be proud of that. But I also feel like a lot of my BIPOC queer individual folk can kind of relate that you can do all those things, but you can also experience a lot of homophobia directed from those communities. On the flip side, being queer, same thing. You can put yourself in many situations where you are connecting and building kinship with queer folk. You can show up to protests, like I said. You can be very, very proud of that side of you. But in my experience, I've kind of put myself in a lot of uncomfortable positions where I am very much so the only queer BIPOC person in the room. And I just feel like there's I feel like there's a lot of underrepresentation for people such as myself. I don't know, there is racism and there is a racial hierarchy in the queer community. And I feel like we can all do so much more. As much as the queer community is something that is super inclusive, and that's just the basis of what being queer is. Like, we all are there for each other. We all want to support each other. Supporting your queer brothers and sisters and kinfolk doesn't innately mean that you are there to support your BIPOC queer brothers and sisters and kinfolk. That's something that there needs to be a consolidated effort to achieve. There needs to be actual energy applied to that. People need to come together, and people need to make an actual concrete, concise effort to support people who are in an underrepresented group, which is the LGBTQ2 plus community, but also those within that community who are also experiencing intersectionality, such as being a person of color, such as being a woman X, stuff like that. So we need to support each other a little bit more. I feel like we need to try harder, and I think that's just a fact. And I believe that we can. I believe that we can move away from performative activism, move away from performative shows of inclusion. It's not enough just to be like, oh, okay, we've met our quota, we have one Black performer in this drag show. It's not enough to say, oh, it's okay, well, we have some Black board members on kind of community groups. It's not enough just to say, oh, well, we've got a few, like, that's enough. I want to get to a place where that's innate. I want to get to a place where We don't have to think about it. We don't have to make that aforementioned consolidated effort to achieve those things. I want to get to a place where that is just something that happens right off the bat, something that is so ingrained in our society that we do not have to allocate any mental energy to that, because that is just how it is. But unfortunately, we are at a place where we do need to apply that consolidated effort. We are in a place where we do need to put resources and put people and put thoughts and put energy into creating those safe spaces for people who are underrepresented within a group that is underrepresented. I love what we're doing so far, but I know that we can do so much more. I love how much inclusivity is here so far, but I know that we can get so much more. And I love that now, especially in these trying times, we are putting in that effort to try to reach out to underrepresented groups and putting in that effort to try to connect to our kinfolk who aren't as represented and aren't as, I guess, put at the forefront. So I just wanted to thank everyone for all the work that they're doing, and really just leave on the note that yes, we're doing so much good work and we're putting so much energy into this, but we can always do so much more. Yeah, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful show. I will probably see many of you around the streets. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Hello, and welcome to Sachet Princess 6. Can't believe we made it to 6 so far. Couldn't have done it without all of you. Super stoked how far we've come and to keep going. I'm one of your co-hosts, Chaz Avery. I'd like to take a moment to give a big thank you to Sister Vera Tucci as well as Noel Kosman for taking the time to deliver those important messages. We're so grateful to have you join us. Thank you. But yeah, we're back with our 6th edition of Sachet Princess. It is our last show of 2020 because we will be moving to every other month. But don't you worry, because there is going to be a great holiday show put on by House of Occult for those of you who are 18 plus. And yeah, we'll be taking December off and we're going to be moving to the second Friday of every month. So our next show will be on January 8th. And we're really excited about continuing forward with this format of the show. So I think going to every other month is going to be a much more sustainable way of continuing with the show. We obviously started because of COVID, but I think that this brings so much to the table that is really special in a way that's different from live performances. So I want to keep going with the show for a long time yet. It's definitely a more accessible way for people to perform and watch drag, and so I think it'll be really important to continue with that. That being said, if you ever want to perform in one of our future shows, Sachet Princess is about giving a stage to anybody who needs one. Basically, we definitely prioritize every single month BIPOC performers, performers with disabilities, and youth performers. So we will never turn away any of those performers, but we also have not had to turn away any performers at all. So if you're interested, please do reach out to myself or my co-host. We would love to have you. You can reach us through our personal social media channels, or you can reach us through King Fling, which is the drag production company that I run, or you can go through For the Love of Drag, which is my co-host's drag production company. Now, I won't hint at them any further, so I'll just go ahead and introduce them. Please welcome my co-host for every Sachet Princess, Junk Mail.
Thanks so much, Chaz. Hey everyone, it's me, Junk Mail, and I would like to welcome you to this evening's edition of Sachet Princess, an online YYJ drag extravaganza. Now, if you've tuned in before, you know how this show started, but I'm going to give everyone a refresher. It came from Princess, Princesses, and Princettes, which was King Fling's 19 plus open call show, combined with Sachet Cafe, which was For the Love of Drag's all ages open call show, plus COVID equals Sachet Princess, an online platform which welcomes all performers regardless of experience level. Now you're gonna see some epic performances tonight if you have the means and you are able to donate financially to help these performers, here is the tipping information. I'll also go over it at the end of the show. You can send an e-transfer to loveofdrag@gmail.com. You can send a PayPal transfer to paypal.me/loveofdrag, or you can buy a ticket from Eventbrite. The address for that is sp6.eventbrite.com. Well, without further ado, let's get this show on the road because it's going to be a good one. Our first performer has joined us before. She's back again to bring us an epic sci-fi story that we've all been wanting and waiting for. Please welcome to your screen, Ivory Charming.
On the planet of Dragtopia, there lived kings, queens, and everything in betweens. They all were living peacefully until one day they were attacked by turfs. There was no time to lose. In a hurried decision, the people of Dragtopia were able to send a single person, their queen, Ivory Charming, to escape. Ivory went into hiding on Earth, knowing that the turf overlord J.K. Rowling was on her tail. However, when she arrived on Earth, little did she know she was being watched. The question is it friend or foe? Or maybe it's a whole nother entity.
You're so hypnotizing. Could you be the devil? Could you be an angel? Your touch magnetizing. Feels like I am floating. Leaves my body glowing.
much, Ivory Charming. I am so excited that we got to have that number in Sachet Princess. When I originally saw it at the House of Occult show, I was living just in absolute fits of laughter. So thank you so much for sharing that, Ivory Charming. It was a pleasure having you back. Our next number is from someone who is debuting. And not only is this a debut, but they're bringing us an art form that we haven't seen in the show yet. So really excited for something really real, really honest. Please welcome the very handsome Dick Douglas.
Good evening. I'm Dick Douglas. Tonight is my first performance ever, and I thank you all for sharing this very exhilarating, nerve-wracking experience with me. Well, with that in mind, I thought I'd do something else as a first and share a poem that I wrote for this event. It's called That of Which I Am by yours truly, Dick Douglas. I am in flex. I am in movement. I am in between the spaces in between. I am learning, growing, transforming. It can, it does, and it usually hurts. I'm wanting more. Or maybe I'm wanting less. Or maybe more or less. To feel good. To maybe even be comfortable. Am I allowed? I am. In safe spaces, places, and with certain people. Why? I am angry. I am frustrated. I am looking for acceptance. I just wrote this today. Except, still finding rejection. I'm still hopeful. I'm still searching. I'm making the steps. I am opening. I am open. And I am opened. I am ready. I'm ready to find me. I'm ready to find structure, safety, and healthiness. So, I am thankful. I am here. I am supportive and supported. I am trying to learn, unlearn, and relearn. I am love. I am that. I am this. I am that of which I am. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, Sachet Princess, for letting me join you this evening. Stay classy.
And that was Dick Douglas. Thank you so much for making your debut with us, and thank you so much for being so honest and vulnerable and sharing your art with the world. Can't wait to see what else you do. Now our next performer is someone that's also fairly new to the scene, and we are so happy to welcome him to the show. He's gonna bring a number that you probably know the song for, probably love. It's gonna be good. Please welcome to your screen, Parker Here.
You say the price of my love is not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 subject, my sweet submissive subject, my loyal royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad, so don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Everybody, da 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 da
Thank you so much to the oh so dapper Parker here. That entire ensemble is to die for. Maybe I could borrow it sometime. Thanks for joining us, Parker here. Can't wait to have you back. Our next performer is bringing us something very stunning. It's actually quite a beautiful video, amazing cinematography and showing off the beautiful, beautiful land that we are very fortunate to be living on. So without further ado, please welcome Kali Yuga.
Mantra. Mantra.
And that was Kali Yuga. Thanks so much for being part of the show. And I'd also like to add that we here at Sachet Princess definitely support the message at the end: protect people of color. Now, our next performer is a young friend that has joined us a couple times. They're back for more to bring their smooth moves to your screen. Please welcome the young and feisty Chris Rain.
Remember when we all got drunk? I ended up with 2 broke thumbs. Oh my god, I felt so dumb. Lucky me. I wrote a song that no one knows. I played a show and no one showed. Oh my god, I felt so alone. Lucky me. When all is going wrong and you're scared as hell, what you gonna do? Who you gonna tell? Maybe
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties.
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah, no, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. Remember when she broke my heart, waiting for the waiter to return my card, right as I let down my guard. Lucky me. We had to work a bit more hard, only just to get a little bit less fun. We could laugh about it all tomorrow, couldn't we? When all is going wrong and you're scared as hell, what you gonna do? Who you gonna tell? Maybe
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties.
100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah, no, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more. No, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you. 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah, no, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you. 100 bad days made 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. Yeah, no, I ain't scared of you. No, I ain't scared of you no more.
Thank you so much, Chris Rain. I really appreciate you bringing one of my absolute favorite shows and favorite characters to life on Sachet Princess. What an absolute delight. Thank you again for all that you do. Our next performer definitely tends to get very creative with their numbers, and this one is no exception. Super excited for this number. He's kind of a bad boy. Please welcome Seymour Abs.
You won't believe it. I got a dollar you can't spend.
And that was good pal of the show, Seymour Abs. Thanks for being part of this one, pal. And I'd also like to add thank you to everyone for always including a cameo of your cat. That seems to be Sashay Princette's thing, and I am here for it. Now our next performer has joined us before as Miss Vicky, but this time he's back with his king persona. Please welcome young superstar Victor West.
I know your feeble mind only responds to age and authority, so listen very closely. Yet again, you are experiencing daddy issues. This time with your one brother, which is honestly making me a bit crazy. But remember this, I'm 15 days older than him. I have the seniority here, so therefore it is me you should be listening to, Luther. I'm the daddy here!
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rest. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in and shaping up and checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up.
Victor West. It's an absolute pleasure to have you back in our show, and it's no wonder at all that you've stolen the hearts of so many people in this city. Thank you again. Our next performer somehow manages to be absolutely delightful, even while being kind of somber and sad. So don't worry, you're gonna love this number, even though it is kind of blue. Please welcome back to our show, Lamp Space.
I've been ghosting. I've been ghosting alone. Ghost in your house, ghost in your arms. When you're tossing, when you turn in your sleep, it's because I'm ghosting your dreams. And this is why I have decided to pull these old white sheets from my head. I'll leave them folded neat and tidy so that you'll know I'm out of hiding. Yeah, I've been ghosting. I've been ghosting alone. Ghost in the world. Ghost with no home. I remember the days when I'd make you oh so afraid. And this is why I have decided to leave your house and home unhaunted. You don't need poltergeists for sidekicks. You don't need treats and you don't need tricks. You don't need treats. You don't need tricks. You don't need no Halloween. You don't need treats. You don't need tricks. And you don't need me. Hey, would it be so bad if I stayed? I'm just a ghost out of his grave, and I can't make love in my grave. I won't put white into your hair. I won't make noises in your stairs. I will be kind and I'll be sweet if you stop staring straight through me. And this is why I have decided to pull these old white sheets from my head. I'll leave them folded neat and tidy so that you'll know I'm out of hiding. And this is why I have decided to leave your house and home unhaunted. You don't need poltergeists for sidekicks. You don't need treats and you don't need tricks. You don't need treats. You don't need tricks. You don't need no Halloween. You don't need treats. You don't need tricks. And you don't need
Please keep it going for Lamps Bass. That number was so adorable. Loved it. A roller skating ghost. Mwah. Perfection. Now, our last performer, I'm sorry to say our last performer of the evening, is an icon in Vancouver. She's joined us as a very special guest. So excited to have her. Please welcome Vancouver's own chocolate treat, Carmela Barr.
Grew up in the French court, wee bonjour, life was a chore, so
She set sail.
1522 came straight to the UK, all the British dudes lame.
Epic fail.
Ooh, I wanna dance and sing,
Politics.
not my thing.
Ooh.
But then I met the king, and soon my daddy said, you should try and get ahead. He wanted me, obviously. Kept messaging me like every day. Couldn't be better than he sent me a letter, and who am I kidding? I was pret a manger. Sent a reply, just saying hi. You're a nice guy. I'll think about it maybe. XO baby. Here we go.
You sent him kisses.
I didn't know I would move in with his missus.
What?
Get a life.
You're living with his wife.
Like, what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. 3 in the bed and the little one said, if you wanna be wed, make up your mind. Her or me, chum, don't wanna be some girl in a threesome. Are you blind? Don't be bitter, 'cause I'm fitter. Why hasn't it hit her? He doesn't wanna bang you. Somebody hang you. Here we go.
Your comment went viral.
I didn't really mean it, but rumors spiral.
Wow, and way to make the country hate you.
Mate, what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. I'm sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head. Tried to elope, but the Pope said nope. Our only hope was Henry. He got a promotion, caused a commotion, set in motion the C of E. The rules were so outdated. Us two wanted to get X-rated. Soon
Excommunicated.
everybody chill, it's totes God's will. Henry's out every night on the town, just sleeping around like what the hell? If that's how it's gonna be, maybe I'll flirt with a guy or 3 just to make him gel. Henry finds out and he goes mental. He screams and shouts like so judgmental.
You damn it witch!
Mate, just shut up. I wouldn't be such a bitch if you could get it up. Here we go.
Is that what you said?
And now he's going round like off with her head.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he means it.
Seems it.
What was I meant to do?
What was she meant to do?
Like, what was I meant to do?
What was she meant to
No,
do?
but what was I meant to do? Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun. Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. LOL, say oh well, or go to hell. Sorry, not sorry about what I said. Sorry, not sorry about what she said. Sorry, not sorry about what I said. Don't lose your head.
Thank you so much, Carmela Barr. That was an absolute delight. So grateful to have you in our show. Thank you for joining us. You can check out Carmela Barr on all of her social media. She's a fabulous performer from Vancouver, and we're so grateful to have her in the show. That does wrap up our show. I know, what a bummer, but we'll be back in January with another amazing show. Junk will give you more details on that momentarily. I would like to thank every single person who joined us, whether you joined us for the live premiere and joined us in the chat. It's always lovely chatting with all of you. Or if you're watching this after the fact. Thank you so much for joining us and supporting some really awesome drag. If you would like to know where to follow all of tonight's performers so you can see what they get up to next, you can check out King Fling's social media, in particular King Fling's Instagram at KingFlingVic. I've got all the performers tagged there, so you can see where to find more of them. Also, please do follow King Flick, Facebook, Instagram. You can on Twitter if you like. I'll probably follow you back. That's about all I do on there. Also follow For the Love of Drag and all of the great stuff that Junk Mail does there. I think that kind of wraps everything up. So I want to give a big thank you to Junk Mail for all of the work that you do. It's awesome putting on shows with you, and I'm excited to keep doing it in 2021. Good night, everybody. I've been your co-host, Chaz Avery. Love you all. Bye.
Thanks, Chaz. And hey, thanks for being an awesome co-host and excellent co-producer every month. Couldn't do this without you, bud. Well, everyone, that's the show this month, and it's been a heck of a good one. Now, I'm just going to go over the tipping information again if you'd like to contribute financially to support these artists. I'll also mention that all the tips get pooled and split evenly amongst the performers. You can send an e-transfer to loveofdrag@gmail.com, a PayPal transfer to paypal.me/loveofdrag, or you can buy a $6 ticket on Eventbrite. You can buy as many of those as you want. The address for that is sp6.eventbrite.com. I also just want to let you know that after this show, Sashay Princess is going to be changing formats a bit. We are going to become a bi-monthly show, meaning we'll have the show every 2 months. So we're going to take December off, wishing all y'all a happy holidays during that time. And we're going to be back with a vengeance in the new year on Friday, January 8th. I'm just going to segue that into, if you would like to perform and be part of the show, please reach out to us. Get in touch. That's what the show is about. You can either message myself or Chaz Avery on Instagram. You can reach King Fling through Facebook and Instagram, King Fling Vic, or For the Love of Drag through Facebook and Instagram, Love of Drag Vic. So just get in touch with us. We're going to make it happen. It would be an honor to have you debut on our show. I think that's all I have for this month. Can't wait to see you in the new year. Protect trans people. Black lives still matter. Wash your hands. Stay safe. And we will see you in 2021. Bye.